iFILM, London. iFILM, London. This is Coogan Cassius for iFILM London. We're at Nottingham here, ahead of Carl Froch and Lucien Boutte. With me, I've got the fourth best dressed man in boxing, Johnny Nelson. How are you, Johnny?
Good shot, man. Good shot. I'm all right, thank you. I'm all right. It's a beautiful venue, this is. Top venue. I think Nottingham's going to be rocking Saturday night.
Carl Froch up against it straight after Andre Ward in December. He's come in against Lucien Boutte, undefeated, IBF champion. How difficult of a test do you think this is going to be for Carl, Johnny?
It's a massive test, but you've got to look at Carl's last half a dozen fights. They've been against the best in the world. And this man, you know, listen, after the Ward fight, you could have easily granted him a soft touch. You could have easily said, you know what, go in there, just pick who you want. But he didn't want that. He said, I want to get back in with the best because I'm world class. I'm a world champion. So you've got to give him that. You've got to give him that cojones, you know, his show to say, this is what I can do. Lucien Boutte, I met him on Monday in the gym down here in Nottingham. He let us have a sneak preview. Very relaxed, very confident. He's bringing over, he said, at least 1,000 fans are coming over. That's what he's expecting. He's not got a massive entourage with him. The rumours about his toe, his feet, I pulled him on that. And I said, I will tell you the truth. I think it was a hustle. I didn't believe you. I think you were trying to plant the seed of doubt in Fletcher's mind. And you know what fights are like. A couple of weeks before a fight, they're very superstitious. They're very suspect of everything and everybody. You give them a bit of bad news like that, you break their heart, you break their focus and concentration. And so he started laughing. He said, yeah, maybe. And then his trainer said, look, we have a rat in our gym. That information shouldn't have got out. So I said, well, how did it get out then? He said, we don't know, but we'll find who the rat is. Then he got his mobile phone out. He wouldn't let the camera look at the mobile phone, but he'd let me look at the mobile phone, the pictures on the phone. It shows Froch showing his toe. The big toe on both feet had swollen up and the skin had come off it. It was deep and it was green inside it. I thought, I believed him then. You know, there was no messing about. And Boutte said, I was going to box no matter what. And so they've managed to treat it, get it fixed, but honestly, his feet were terrible, really, really bad. So I had to apologise. I said, I thought it was a hustle. He said, I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that. All I have to do is get in the ring. When the bell goes, I can be anywhere. I like both fighters' attitude. They're like real warriors. They don't care where this fight is. This is just a bonus that you've been in Nottingham. They don't care where it is.
Going back to Atlantic City back in December, what Carl Froch did we see there? Is it a case of Andre Ward being that good and, you know, Carl couldn't get near him, or, you know, was Carl way below his, you know, what we're used to?
It was a combination of a few things. First of all, before the fight, Carl was talking about Ward didn't have the power to hurt him. And that sent alarm bells off as far as I was concerned, because I thought, you don't respect this man's power. Once you lose respect for your opponent, that means your opponent, somebody can beat you. You've seen it before. De Gale lost respect for Groves. De Groves beat him. You know, if you do that, you get in the ring, you have no respect for your opponent, they're the ones that beat you. And when he went in against Ward, I think he tried to walk Ward down. He took the wrong tactics. He admits that. He gave credit where credit was due and said, you know what, this man boxed the right fight. I chose the wrong tactics. I don't know what he could do to beat Ward again. Ward was slick. He made it look easy. I thought that the scoring was a lot wider than two of the judges had it. And so I thought Ward was outstanding. But I also think that Froch, he didn't perform on top level. He didn't use his jab very well. His footwork, sometimes it fell over himself. And he said there was just something not right. He couldn't step into it. Now the question is he getting fight worn? He's been in with the best fighters in the world. He's in that last 6 or 7 fights. Is he getting older? Is that hunger going? I don't think the hunger's going. I think he's a proud man. I just think he was in with somebody outstanding. I also think if he boxed Ward again, I think Ward would beat him again. But that's just my opinion. I think this fight against Lucien Boutte and Ward, he's fighting the best 2 fighters in his weight category in his era. And you've got to give him credit for that. And you can see him winning. You wouldn't think, you know what, it's not a hard job. It's 50-50. You know, Boutte is an outstanding southpaw, excellent body shots. We saw when Glenn Clough Johnson was hitting Carl to the body, and I thought they stung him a little bit. Now, you can't afford to give things away like that, especially in this fight. I've seen Carl in the gym. This week they're working on the minute details because they've got to get everything right. All right, Johnny, I think the press conference is just about to get underway, so thank you very much for talking to
iFILM London. Just a quick question that's been circulating on Twitter for quite some time. People want to know, are your shirts going to get any tighter on ringside?
You see, let me just get number one. Spencer Fearon, if you're watching this, all right, you might have won the vote that you're the best dressed man at the moment, but it's not going to last long, brother. Just remember that. Number two, these are all roll. Look at my shirts, man. Number three, leave my shirts alone.
No, but people like to see that tight fitting shirt, and I see Adam Smith's trying to get involved as well.
Listen, you know what? Keep yourself in good nick. Why not? Why not, man? I don't mind. I don't mind the stick. Sometimes people start laughing about it. I love it. And if I can get many tighter, I will do, as long as it fits. When I've got a beer belly, them days are over.
You must have one of the best jobs in boxing media, John. It's unbelievable that the journey you have on ringside and the places you go, and you have spar with Pacquiao and go on runs with Khan. It must be great, Johnny.
You know, on the outside, people think it's a jolly. I'm telling you now, you hit the ground running. It's work, work, work. But I'm working something I love. So I don't mind working 23 hours a day. I don't mind, because I'm around fighters, I'm around the fight game, I'm around people that I've grown up with, and I feel very comfortable about it. The hard thing about this and all sports is the people that are watching it are more passionate about the people that are actually doing it, because they know everything about the history and they have an opinion. So, look, you saw Manchester United play over the weekend. Man City end up winning the Premiership. The Manchester United boys, Man City boys, are mates. It's no big deal. Could you see a Manchester United fan doing that with a Manchester City fan? The fans of the sport are so passionate and they take it so much to heart. We just get in there and do our job. I'm talking like I'm still a fighter. We just get in there and do our job. I love my job. I love being around boxers. I love seeing them prepare. I understand them. I get it. I completely understand the moods. I understand how they're feeling, the fear, the anger, everything just before a fight. Look at Hay Shizora. Listen, if I was David Hay, I'd have done the same thing.
All right, Johnny, like I said, thank you very much for talking to iFILM London, and keep doing what you're doing, because it's good to see you on ringside. And ringsides, I mean, it's just not long enough, John. 1 hour a week.
Let's make it into a movie.
Ringside the movie starring Nelson and Smith.
Nelson's tight shirts can't get any tighter. Yeah, that's where they got the Hulk from. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Johnny Nelson. Cheers. All right.